Hello everyone, myself Ruchi Patel, working as an assistant professor at LJ College of Physiotherapy. Today I am going to take a new topic that is for the second year, that is joint structure and function part 2. In part 1, we have studied about the classification of joint. Today we are going to learn about the function, and it mainly include osteokinematics, arthrokinematics, and along with that convex concave rule. So let's start with the presentation. Osteokinematics refers to the movement of the bones in space during the physiological joint motion, and this motion occurs in the three planes, that is sagittal plane, frontal plane, and transverse plane. Whereas arthrokinematics involves the motion of bony segments, that is osteokinematics, as well as the motion of the joint surface in relation to the other. So the term arthrokinematics is used to refer to this movement of the joint surface on another. Usually, one of the joint surface is relatively stable, which provides the base for the motion, whereas the other surface moves relatively fixed on the fixed surface. Arthrokinematics mainly include three types of motion, that is roll, sliding, and spinning. We'll see first roll. Roll refers to the rolling of one of the joint surface on other. Here we have taken the example of closed kinematic chain, that is squatting motion. During the squatting, femur will move, tibia will be the fixed. So the femoral condyles roll into the posterior direction during the flexion and in the anterior direction during the extension. So in this diagram, you all can see this arrow is indicating the rolling direction. So during flexion, the roll is in the posterior direction, whereas during the extension, it is in the anterior direction. Next is the sliding. So it's a pure translatory type of motion, and the point of contact changes in the fixed component as the sliding component moves over it. So again with the same example, the femoral condyles slide over the fixed tibial surface. So the point which comes in the contact with the tibial surface will continuously get changed, because here femoral condyles are rolling into the posterior direction. That time it slides on the tibia to just maintain the joint surface contact between each other. Next is the spin. So it's a rotatory motion, and it refers to the rotation of the movable component as when the top spin. So here we have taken the example of supination and pronation. So here the head of the radius is moving on the capitulum, and the both the point, that is the head of the radius point which comes in the contact with the capitulum, and the point of the capitulum that makes the contact continuously. Okay, and the this type of motions, uh, during this type of motion, the same points remain in the contact with the each other. So in the normal human joint motion, most of the motions are occurring in the combination of rolling and sliding. Sliding is also called as gliding motion. Okay, so we can use sliding or gliding name. So in this example, this small arrow is indicating the direction of sliding. So with the same example, during the flexion, sliding is in the anterior direction, whereas rolling is in the posterior direction. So again, we'll take another example, that is open kinematic chain example, that is knee flexion. Here, the concave articulating surface is moving on the stable convex surface. So the tibia is rolling into the posterior direction, as well as sliding is also in the posterior direction. So because the motion of the bony lemur is in the direction of the roll of the bone, roll and slide both are in the same direction. So here again you all can see that initially sliding and then rolling. Okay, so here femur is moving, femur has convex surface, so rolling and sliding here we can see. So what is convex concave rule? So when the convex joint surface moves on a concave surface, the bone must roll in one direction and glide into the another direction. Okay, so we'll see the convex concave rule. It says convex joint surface roll and glide into the opposite direction, whereas concave joint surface roll and glide into the same direction. Here I have given another example, that is shoulder abduction. As we all know, during the shoulder abduction, head of the humerus will roll as well as slide. But during this motion, the roll is occurring in the upward direction, whereas slide is occurring into the downward direction. Let's see with the image. So here you can see this arrow is indicating the rolling direction and this downward arrow is indicating the sliding direction. So during abduction, the sliding is downward, rolling is upward. During the adduction motion, opposite motion occurs. So this is all about the osteokinematics, arthrokinematics and convex concave rule. For the further detail, you all can refer Joint Structure and Function by Cynthia Norkin. Thank you.